What's up guys, it's me, Tiff, and I'm in New York City watching Sam Bankman-Fried's criminal trial in person. This week, Barbara Fried, Sam Bankman-Fried's mother, had a bit of an outburst at me as we were leaving the courthouse on Wednesday. I wasn't sure I was actually going to do a video on this, but I did tweet about it, so a few people have asked me to talk more about it. So here we are. I would like to start off by saying that I'm sure that Sam's parents are having a very hard time. The trial has not been going so well for Sam Bankman-Fried. And I always had a feeling that Sam's parents didn't necessarily like me, but I didn't know they actually really disliked me so much. So just for a bit of context, I actually interviewed Sam multiple times during his house arrest while he was living at his parents' house in Palo Alto, California. I'm gonna be honest, Sam has always been very kind to me and very welcoming, but his parents never seemed particularly thrilled to see that I was there. Sam and I would usually talk in his study. It's a room lined with books and has his computers. There was usually like a chess set up, but Sam has never invited me to play chess with him. But anyway, a couple of times Joe Bankman, Sam's dad, or Barbara Fried, Sam's mom, would sort of open the door and pop their head into the room and say something to Sam and then see that I was there and immediately shut the door. Once or twice I tried to introduce myself and say, "Hi, I'm Tiffany, nice to meet you," and they just shut the door in my face. So needless to say, they always came off as a bit cold to me, never seemed particularly interested in speaking with me, which is fine. But my point is, I don't think I've ever actually formally been introduced to Joe Bankman or Barbara Fried. I think the most interaction I've had with them is that one time when I was walking into Sam's house, Joe Bankman was standing outside with our guard dog, Sandor, and let me into the house. But I don't think he actually made any conversation with me. It comes off to me that some journalists or authors or media people have Sam's parents' stamp of approval. For example, Sam has mentioned to me that Michael Lewis would often join him and his parents for dinner. I am not throwing shade to Michael Lewis or anything. I'm just saying that it seems to me that some media people had Sam's parents' green light. And I'm just saying that I was certainly never one of those people, and I don't think they were pleased that Sam was speaking to me. And I get it. I don't work at the New York Times. I'm not some prolific legacy media person, and I'm sometimes quite critical of Sam. But I didn't know that his parents actually fucking hated me. So anyway, back to the court story, and it's brief. But on Wednesday, I decided to leave court a little bit early at around 3 p.m. When you enter the courthouse, you have to check in your electronic devices. They give you a little chip, and when you exit, you hand them the chip and they give you back your electronics. Well, since I was leaving court early, there was no one really around, and I was walking towards the electronics pickup. To my left, I saw Barbara Fried also heading towards the same direction. She apparently was leaving court early too. I think because she and Joe's real estate purchases that were purchased with FTX customer funds was brought up in court, but who knows. So I see her walking the same direction as me towards the electronics pickup, and I realize we're about to stand side by side. And I was thinking, okay, do I say something to her? I guess I should say something to her. Maybe I should talk to her. So I very awkwardly introduced myself. I was like, "Hi, I'm sure you're going through a very hard time, but I'm Tiffany. I've actually been to your house before." I didn't really know what to say. I didn't have a lot of time to think that through, but I guess if I'm ever going to speak to her, I should probably do it right now. And it was very polite, if not timid, because I felt so awkward. But she just immediately glared at me and was like, "Oh, I know who you are. You're the one who wrote that very unfortunate article." And I was kind of taken aback because I do make YouTube videos, I do post on Twitter, and I do have a Substack, but I typically just post documents. I've actually posted a couple of documents that Sam sent me. I sometimes repost my videos, but I don't think I've ever actually written an article. So we were both walking out the doors of the courthouse, and I asked her for clarification. I was like, "Wait, sorry, what are you referring to? I don't really write articles." And she was like, "That unfortunate article that you wrote about your conversations with Sam." So, for a second I didn't know if she was confusing me for someone else, but obviously I've talked about my conversations with Sam. I'm genuinely not trying to play dumb here or anything. I just honestly am confused as to what thing she's referring to, because I really don't actually write full articles. I'm honestly not much of a writer. So again, I asked for clarification. I was like, "Are you talking about the New York Times story?" But that's not something that I wrote. So I asked if she was talking about the New York Times story, and she began trying to pull something up on her phone, and I was standing there sort of waiting to see what she pulled up. But then she was like, "You know what, I can't even do this right now. I can't even talk to you." And then she sort of stormed off in a very dramatic huff. And she was so visibly angry that after she stormed off, someone actually witnessed all of this and recognized me and came up to me and was like, "Oh my God, why was that woman yelling at you so much?" And he apparently didn't realize that this was Barbara Fried, Sam Bankman-Fried's mom. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. That was Sam's mom. So he insisted that I should post about this. I initially was like, I'm not posting about this, but honestly looking back, it's sort of funny, but I'm still honestly very confused. I obviously make videos about Sam and I do have a Substack. Also, I think a lot of my Substack posts are locked to people who pay for a subscription, so I don't know. I honestly am very confused as to what exactly she was referring to, but I'll say that obviously I've been pretty critical of Sam because it looks to me like the evidence against him is incredibly overwhelming. I try to be fair though. I don't know what that was, but her anger towards me was so strong. It was honestly terrifying. Like, I was reeling from that interaction for several hours, and maybe even still. I don't think I've ever approached someone so politely and had them react with so much hate towards me. Like, I really don't think something like that has ever happened in my life. So anyway, that was fucking terrifying, and apparently I'm on Sam's parents' bad side. I'm sorry to Sam's parents that I am no Michael Lewis. I don't know how interesting a story this was. It was a very short interaction, and I didn't even know if I was going to make a video on it. So I don't know. That's my quick little traumatic interaction with Barbara Fried, Sam Bankman-Fried's mother. Anyway, I haven't actually made a video on Sam's parents before, but it seems they may have been quite involved in what happened, and certainly benefited from the use of FTX customer funds. Anyway, I'm in New York City watching Sam Bankman-Fried's criminal trial in person. I'll be sharing more updates here on YouTube, on Twitter, on Substack, etc. So if you'd like to follow along, feel free to. If not, it's fine. We have a few days off of court, so if any of you guys have questions or if there's anything you're curious about, feel free to ask below in the comments and I will try to get back to you. By the way, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my sponsor, Aura. Aura is an identity theft and data security company that protects you from scammers and hackers by scanning the web and the dark web for your sensitive information like your emails, password, social security number, etc., and alerts you immediately if it finds anything and automatically requests removal for you. Aura's actually found a bunch of my personal information like my phone number, my home address, etc. leaked out there on the internet and has successfully removed a lot of that for me. So I actually pay for an Aura subscription, but they're actually offering my followers a 2-week free trial at aura.com/Tiffany or using this handy QR code right here. But personally, I think it's worth checking out the free trial just to see if you like it and to check if any of your personal information has been leaked out there on the internet or on the dark web so that you can try to get it removed. I love you all so very much, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye!